You're from Zola Banks and I'm right here again with another video. So if you don't have capital or enough trading capital to go from this to this, if you watch and pay close attention to this video, at the end of the video you'll learn to go your small account to this. Also big account size traders can also replicate this. In case you don't know, I'm someone who has raised varieties of small accounts to a very significant amount, like $2 to $40 live account. I'm not talking about a demo account. $18 to $85 and so many others account like that. And if you go as a proof, you can go to my social media. So you can go to my social media, maybe my Instagram, TikTok, or anywhere. For you can see this by yourself. They are all there. You feel me? And make sure you also follow me on those accounts. I'm on Instagram and all social media as official_olabanks. Without further ado, let's just dive into the video. The first you have to consider is the fact that you are trading a small account size. That's the first thing for you to put in mind. You are trading a small account size, so you don't really have so much to risk or so much to lose. And that's why our first step here will be having a reliable broker with tight spread. This is the main point here. Like, that tight spread is what we need. We don't really have much to lose. We only need more to gain. We want to use less to gain more. So the first thing is you need a broker with a very tight spread. If you are using one already, congratulations. But in case you want to use mine, you can. The one I'm using currently as of now, that is very reliable and their spread is very cool. Withdrawal, everything. The link to the broker will be in my description below. So that's number one. Number two is I would like to be factual with this number two. So let's assume you have a $50 account here and you're trying to move that $50 to a significant amount, like from 50 to 100, from 100 to 200 or to 500. So let's just assume you want to take that your $50 to $100 to $500 rather. After getting a reliable broker, the second thing is you want to make sure all the trades you'll be taking are trades with high potential. Don't be the one that will just do anyhow analysis and just take. And during this process, you lose money, and before you even get to the trades that will give you that profit and help you scale up, you have already blown your account or maybe exhausted the money in your account, that now you are not afraid to take more trades that will even give you the profit or the confidence to move forward. Because now, if you are losing back to back, how do you want to gain confidence in continuing the trade? Especially if you are losing more. So the first thing is you want to take only trades with high potential. That's number one. Now, number two is concerning risk management. I would like to also address that, because we can't really follow proper risk management on a small account, but we can also follow risk management. We can't follow proper risk management, but we can also apply risk management to a small account. So let's say 50 to 500 here. Now you have a trade with high potential that you believe, you have confidence in this trade that this one is gonna give you profit. If you win, you win. If you lose, you win. If you lose, you lose, and if you win, you win. So now you have already done your analysis that has that potential to make you profit or give you profit here. Concerning that risk management, we want to split that $50 into 10. We want to split it into 10. Remember, I said we can't really follow proper risk management of that the rule of using 0.5%, 2%, 1%. Bro, if you are using 0.5% or 1% on a $5 on a $50 account, how much? That is about 5 cents. What profit are you going to make with risking 5 cents on your account? So that's one thing you want to consider. Like we want to break the rule of proper risk management by splitting. You have to be very concise. You have to be very concise and straight with what you want to risk. Break it down that, okay, on this account I want to risk it 5 times, 10 times, or any amount, and depending on your account size here. So now we are using a $50 account. So for that $50 account, we split it into 10 places, meaning you want to risk $5, $5, $5. Meaning if you take 5, if you take 10 losses and splitting a 10% of $50 is what? 5, or $50 is $5, right? Meaning you have 10 trades to lose before you exhaust or blow that account. And always remember, we don't want to blow this account. It is a small account, it is our hard-earned money, and we don't want to blow it off. We only want to get more by risking little here. Number 1 is having a high potential trade. Number 2 is be concise with your capital, with the amount you want to risk here. Now you see, applying these two, if you only take trades with high potential and risking $5 or a $50 account, I believe if you know what you are doing, if you claim to have a proven strategy, a strategy that you trust, I believe you should be able to make money, even though you encounter some losses. I believe you should be able to make some profit. But anything that can make you to take losses back to back, and this is in fact here, anything that can make you to take 10 losses in a row back to back for you to blow that account, bro, you should actually go back to demo trading. Go back to your demo, start practicing, check what could be wrong. I'm not saying you are a novice or whatever. Yeah, I'm not trying to bash or sabotage your strategy or whatever, or sabotage you yourself. No, bro, believe me, market can be crazy at times or whatever. Market can be crazy, and it is just what it is here. So back to the point, just go back to trading, to demo trading, and check what could be wrong. And a very, very important message here you must consider is the person that this thing is going to work for is the person that has a proven strategy, that is only battling with growing accounts. Maybe you climb up, you fall down, you climb up, you fall down. At times, it is not by trading. At times, it is not because you don't know. It is not because you don't know how to trade that you're finding it difficult to grow your account. It is because your account is very, very small. You tend to hold a small amount for a very, very long profit, and at the end of the day, this trade will oftentimes reverse back to hit your break even, or maybe when you are supposed to make at times you would have grown a 30% on a $50 account, or on a small account, a 30% on a small account. Even at times you would have grown 100%, more than 200% on a small account, but because the account is small, it might not occur to you that you are doing a great work. But because the account is small, it won't occur to you that you are doing a great work. Imagine using an investor's fund, making 50, just ordinary 50% profit on an investor's fund, like a large account size. That's what I mean by investor's fund. On a large account size, imagine making 50% profit, bro. You have done magic. But now making 100%, 200% on a small account size will be like nothing to you. It is because the money is small, and you tend to want to risk more to continue trading. When you're supposed to stop trading, click the withdraw button and just chill and go anywhere, take a break, have fun. You tend to want to keep trading to keep scaling up the account, and eventually you blow it off. So the point is, if you are finding it hard to grow your account at times, it's not because you don't know how to trade. It's not because your strategy does not work. It is because of that account size, and that's why I'm here today. Continuing, trade with high potential. Be concise with the amounts you want to risk. The next thing is you should have an actual risk reward. I don't know if I have a video already I'm working on. Maybe I will upload it before this, or maybe after this, but I'll tag it in this particular video. The link will be up here, or maybe in the end screen, where I talked about the types of take profit that we have. I talked about having a risk reward based TP and a level or zone based take profit. So now you want to apply these two together. You should be concise with your entry and exit. Remember, number 1 is only take trade with high potential. Number 2 is be concise with the amount you want to risk, and number 3 is you should be concise with your entry and exit. It is very, very important, bro. Now moving on to the last one is learn to take significant profit. Learn to take significant profit. You want to hold your trade to TP. You want to hold your trade to TP, or at least materialize properly before you close that trade. Allow that trade to run into its full potential, like run to cover all the full take profit. I'm not talking about you that is using 1 to 1 million risk reward ratio, bro. Take something reliable, a TP that you are very sure that it will hit, like going for a 1:3, 1:4, 1:3, 1:4. Even if you can see 1:2 consistently, you are good to go, bro. But for my own advice is going for 1:2 to 1:3. Meaning, as you are risking that $5, you are risking it to gain $15. So now imagine on your $50 account, let's start with a loss. Imagine if you take a loss of $5. Now you are left with $45. You have minus $5 here, and you have $45 left in your equity here. Now, this is $45. On the next trade you take, you make about, risking that same $5, you make $15. That is in 1:3, risking 1% to gain 3%, 1 hour to gain 3. Now your account will be up how much? Your account will be up $55 immediately. Now imagine if you have a good strategy that you claim your strategy is good. If you are lucky to make consistent profit of $15, bro, you are already up $45. You're already up about $45, almost making 100% of that capital already. So now, one thing you must keep in mind is, you see, now the secret here, if you stick to this particular place, to this particular moment, now let me give you an orientation. So you want to grow that small account to a significant account, to a big amount here. So you see, during that process, we want to also keep something to fall back on. You feel me? We want to also keep something to fall back on, which is, once you make 100% of your money, you want to click the withdraw button. Let's say that $50, as soon as you make extra $50, you want to withdraw that money. And I also have some of my mentee, but I have some of my mentees, like that's just basically how I teach my mentee what I also teach my mentee. Practical. All these things I'm giving you here, they are practical things I use personally and use in my mentorship. Yeah. So I'll post the chart of one of my mentee here. So I'll post the chart of one of my mentee, or maybe some of them here, for you to see that, okay, this is real. Yeah. While growing that account, once you make your 100%, you want to click the withdraw button. Now, one thing you must also know is that 100% you withdraw, that 100% you made and withdraw. If you can successfully get to that threshold and withdraw that money, don't count it as the journey. Just count that as a fallback capital or as a backup capital. Now you want to start afresh. We are still going to 500. Remember, we are still going to 500, but we literally just withdraw something for backup, something that will give us confidence. Bro, anything can happen to that account. As it went from $50 to $100, it can also quickly, in a minute, you can also go down back to where you were coming from. Anything can happen. You can cause this, like maybe there's news, there was a spike in the market that make you over lose, like crazy slippage. There was crazy slippage in the market that made you lose more than what you were risking initially. And crazy things like this does happen where there's news. Or maybe you over leverage by mistake. You over leverage, or maybe your network disappeared. You entered a trade and your network disappeared. You were unable to set your stop loss. Believe me, all these things I'm teaching you, I'm telling you here, are something that I personally have experienced. So I'm telling you for free, bro. This is not capping. So you want to keep that $50. You want to withdraw that 100% you made and reset your account. You reset your balance to the initial capital you started with. Now from there, you start repeating the process. Once you now make extra 100% profit again, this is where the journey begins. You want to start risking more. Like you want to start with maybe risking that whole immediately. Now you have, that is only if your account is now 100% in profit. You have made 100% profit of your account. Yeah. Now I want to start risking. You see that amount you were taking as profit. Let's say you have a consistent 1 to 3 hour. after any profit above 100%, any profit above your 100% equity, 100% equity, which is $100. Let's assume you have like $105, $115, $120. You want to start, try as much as possible. I've already given you this point, which is number one, to take only trade with high potential. Now try as much as possible to calm down and find a trade that you believe in, that you trust. Now put in $15. You want to risk about 15%. You want to risk about 30%. You want to risk 15% of your equity. You want to risk 15% of your equity. You know you have $100. You started with $50. Now you have $100. So 15% of your equity will be $15, which is your regular take profit here. So now start risking 15%. Now the thing here is, immediately start risking that 15%, which is $15. If you are lucky and that trade comes and that trade hits your full take profit, which is going for a 1:3 hour, which mean you'll be gaining about $45. Is it $45? Meaning you'll be gaining a whole $45 on a single trade. Yeah, that means automatically, let's assume you have $100. Let's assume you have $100 your equity before. Now your new equity is gonna be $145. And if you keep on going like that, don't increase yet. You want to repeat that process for 3 times. If you are in profit, maybe you made $45, step. You feel me? Now after making that one, you cannot increase. You cannot increase by start risking maybe $20 or $30 per trade. That means if it is working for you. But if you are the one that maybe immediately use that $15, you lose, go back. Don't risk another $15. You want to go back to risking $5 until you cover that $15 you lost, or go back to your 100% again. And like I said, all these things are what I've used before, based on experience. I also told you this is a small account. You don't want to lose more. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to blow it. You want to scale it up fast, like you flipped it. But during this process, you want to use a very, very reliable process, a very, very reliable strategy. Trade it pragmatically. You want to trade it pragmatically, so you don't blow it. You only just want to risk less to gain more, and you must use this. So if you find value in this video, I want you to smash the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and go down to the comment section to type in value or maybe anything you have to say to me. Trust me, I reply to everybody. I reply to literally every comment. And when you start this process, you should follow me. I've already told you guys to follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or as official_Olabanks. But I am more active on Instagram. So you want to send your results to me if this works for you, or maybe you need adjustment on anything. I believe that should be all for this video. Always remember, you are not alone. You are not alone. I always talk from experience. Things I experienced by myself, I've experienced by myself. We don't really have that rich parents. We don't have that rich brother, any rich family that helped us. We literally scaled up by ourselves and by the grace of God. And by that grace as well, I believe you can actually get to your breakthrough and achieve that success and rich lifestyle you have been anticipating. Again, you are not alone. I'll catch you guys on another video. Peace.